Hello friends, welcome to Coding Host YouTube channel. In this video, I will show you program for bubble sort algorithm in Java. First, we need to know what is sorting. So, sorting refers to arranging data in a particular format. Sorting algorithm specifies the way to arrange data in a particular order. Sorting can be in ascending order or descending order. So, sorting is a process of arranging data in a particular format, and we can sort the data in ascending or descending order. So, here is an example that unsorted data is equal to 20, 10, 50, 40, and 30, and after sorting it will become like this: 10, 20, 30, and 40 and 50 in ascending order. So let's see what is bubble sort algorithm. So bubble sort algorithm is a simple sorting algorithm. This sorting algorithm is comparison based algorithm in which each pair of adjacent elements is compared and the elements are swapped if they are not in order. So in this algorithm we compare the adjacent elements like here 20 and 10, and we will swap them. So after swapping it will become like this: 10 and 20. So let's see what are the time complexity of this bubble sort algorithm. So it means that how much time it will take to execute. So in most cases, when we have a larger number of elements, like suppose if we have 1,000 elements, so in that case the time complexity will reach up to n square, and where n is the number of elements in the array. So suppose we have 1,000 elements, so square of 1,000 is 10 lakh. So in that case the worst complexity will be n square. And suppose we have average number of elements like 400 or 500, so in that case it will also n square. And the best complexity is n, and it mostly occur when the array is already sorted, so it is known as best complexity, and the space complexity of this algorithm is 1. So I will explain you later. So let's write the program. So in the program, first I will take a 1D array int a equal to, and in this array I will enter 5 elements: 20, 10, 50, 40, and 30. And after that I will take a variable int temp. So I am using this variable to swap the elements in the array. So and after that I will take two for loops for int m equal to 0 and m less than a dot length and m plus plus. And in this for loop, first I will take a variable int flag equal to 0, and after that I will take one more for loop for int n equal to 0 and n less than a dot length minus m minus 1 and n plus plus. And in this for loop I will take a if statement. If a of n is larger than a of n plus 1, so in this I will swap the values. So temp equal to a of n and a of n equal to a of n plus 1, and a of n plus 1 is equal to temp. And we also change the value of flag variable, so flag equal to 1. And outside of this inner loop I will take a if statement. If flag equal to 0, so in this I will write break. And after that in the last I will take one more for loop for int I equal to 0 and I less than a dot length and I plus plus. And in this I'm using it for printing the array elements after sorting. So I will write here system dot out dot print and in this I will write a of I plus and space. So let's run this program. So in the output we are getting the sorted array in which we have elements in ascending order 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. And if I want to sort the elements in descending order, so I will change the operator in this if statement. And now run this program. Now in the output we are getting elements sorted in descending order. So let's see how this program is working. So in this program I have taken a 1D array in which we have 5 elements. So I am writing here all the elements. Also I am writing all the indexes of these elements. So 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. After that I have taken a variable temp which is empty. So we have a temp variable which is empty. After that I have taken a for loop for int m equal to 0. So initial value of m is 0. After that m less than a dot length. So in this array we total have 5 elements, so its length is 5. So when the value of m is 0, we are executing our first iteration. After that m less than a dot length, so m is 0 and it is less than 5, yes, true, and we get inside our loop. After that we have a variable int flag equal to 0. So we have a flag variable and it is 0. After that I have taken a for loop for int n equal to 0. So initial value of n is 0. And after that n less than a dot length minus m minus 1. So length of this array is 5 minus m, and m is 0 and minus 1. So 5 minus 0 minus 1 is 4. I will explain you later why we are using here like a dot length minus m minus 1. So n is 0 and it is less than 4, yes, true, and we get inside our loop. And now we have a if statement here. If a of n is larger than a of n plus 1, so n is 0. So at index 0 element is 20, and at index n plus 1, so 0 plus 1 is 1. So at index 1 element is 10. So element on the left hand side is larger than element on the right hand side, yes, true, and it will execute these statements. So temp equal to a of n. So in the temp variable we will store this element. So now in the temp variable we have 20, and after that a of n equal to a of n plus 1. So now at index 0 we will assign the element at index n plus 1. So at one index element is 10 and we will store it in the index 0. So after that we will get 10 here on the 0 index, and after that a of n plus 1 equal to 10. So now at this index we will store this element present in the temp variable. So now at index 1 we will get 20. So we have swapped the values of 20 and 10, and the rest of the values remain as it is. So it will remain as it is 50, 40 and 30. And after that flag equal to 1. So flag will become 1. So whenever our value swap, the flag variable will become 1, otherwise it remains 0. And after that n plus plus. So now n will become 1, and now it will again check that n is less than a dot length minus m minus 1. So n is 1 and it is less than 4, yes, true, and now it will check that if a of n is larger than a of n plus 1. So at index 1 element is 20, and at index n plus 1, so 1 plus 1 is 2. So at index 2 element is 50. 20 is not larger than 50, yes, our if statement is false and this statement will not execute, so it will not swap. After that n plus plus. So now n will become 2. Now it will again check that n less than a dot length minus m minus 1. so n is 2 and it is less than 4, yes, true. And after that we get inside our loop, and here again if statement, if a of n is larger than a of n plus 1. So at index 2, at index 2 element is 50, and at index n plus 1, so 2 plus 1 is 3, so element is 40 here. So 50 is larger than 40, yes, true. And it will execute these statements. So this 40 and 50 elements will get swapped. So after swapping it will become like this: 10, 20, 40, 50 and 30, and flag will remain 1, so it will remain 1 as it is. After that n plus plus, so now n will become 3, and now it will again check that n is less than 4, so n is 3 and yes, it is less than 4. After that we get inside our loop, and here we again have if statement, if a of n is larger than a of n plus 1. So at index 3, here element is 50, and at index n plus 1, which is 4, element is 30. So 50 is larger than 30, yes, true. And it will execute these statements. So the values of 50 and 30 will get swapped. So after swapping it will become like this. So we get 50 in the last, and flag equal to 1, so flag will remain 1 as it is. And after that n plus plus, so now n will become 4. It will again check that n less than a dot length, so n is 4 and it is not less than 4, so this condition is false and this loop will break. So you can see here that if we run this loop up to 4, then we get error because we are checking two values, one at n and one at n plus 1. So when the index reach up to 4, so it will also check the value at n plus 1. So it will check the value at 4 plus 1, so it is 5 at 5 index, and at 5 index we don't have any value here, so that's why -1. And after that we have a if statement. If flag equal to 0, so flag is 1, so this statement is not true and it will not execute this break statement. After that m plus plus, so now m will become 1. So you can see in the first iteration, from 5 elements our one element has located to its right place, so 50 is located in the last. And now in the second iteration we will locate the next element to its right place. So m is 1 and it is less than 5, yes, true. And we get inside our loop, and int flag equal to 0, so this flag variable will again become 0. And after that we have a for loop for int n equal to 0, so initial value of n is 0. And after that n less than a dot length minus m minus 1, so length of this array is 5 minus m, so m is 1 minus 1, so 5 minus 1 minus 1, so it will become 3. So now we have 3 here and not 4. I will explain you why. And after that n is 0 and it is less than 3, yes, true. And we get inside our loop, and we have a if statement here, if a of n is larger than a of n plus 1. So at index 0 element is 10, and at index 1 element is 20, so 10 is not larger than 20, so yes, it is not larger than 20. So this if statement is false and these statements will not execute. After that n plus plus, so now n will become 1, and now it will check that n less than a dot length, so n is 1 and it is less than 3, so yes, true. And after that we get inside our loop, and we have a if statement here, if a of n is larger than a of n plus 1. So at index 1 element is 20, and at index n plus 1, so 1 plus 1 is 2, so at index 2 element is 40, so 20 is not larger than 40, yes, true. So this if statement is false and these statements will not execute. After that n plus plus, so n will become 2, and now it will again check that n less than a dot length, so n is 2 and it is less than 3, so yes, true. And we again get inside our loop, and we have if statement, if a of n is larger than a of n plus 1. So at index 2 element is 40, and at the next index, which is 3, element is 30. So 40 is larger than 30, yes, true, and it will execute these statements. So the values of 40 and 30 will swap. So after swapping, it will become like this: 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. After that, flag equal to 1. So flag will also become 1. After that, n plus plus. So n will become 3. So now it will check here that n less than a dot length. So n is 3 and it is not less than 3. So this statement is false and this loop will break. So now you can see here that we have not reached up to 4 in this next iteration, because in the first iteration our last element has already located to its right position, so 50 here. So now we only have to swap this elements from here to here. So as we execute the next iterations, we will swap less elements. So in the first iteration, we will try to swap all the elements from here to here, and in the next iteration, we only swap elements from here to here, because in first iteration, element 50 has assigned to its right place, and in the second iteration, element 40 has now assigned to its right place. So now only 3 elements has left. So in the next iteration, we only have to swap the elements from here to here and not up to here. So that's why we are using here minus m. So we don't have to go up to the length of the array where element has already located to its right place. So after that, m plus plus, so m will become 2, and now it will again check that m less than a dot length. So m is 2 and it is less than 5, yes, true, and we get inside our loop. And here we have a flag variable int flag equal to 0. So flag will again become 0, and after that this and loop again start from 0. But now this condition will vary. Now a dot length minus m minus 1. A dot length is 5 and 5 minus m, so m is 2. So 5 minus 2 minus 1, so we get 2. So now we only have to go in the array up to index 2. So 0, 1 and 2, because next two elements has already located to its right place. So now we only have to swap these 3 elements. So n is 0 and it is less than 2, yes, true, and we again get inside our loop. And here it will again check that a of n is larger than a of n plus 1. So you can see here that our array has already swapped. Elements of this array has already swapped in their right places. So that's why from index 0 to 2, these statements will not execute, because none of the left hand element is larger than the right hand element. So these statements will not execute a single time when this for loop execute. So the value of flag will remain 0, and after the ending of this loop, it will check this if statement. So if flag equal to 0, so yes, true. So it will execute this break statement and this for loop will stop. So now it will not have to execute the remaining iteration. And if we are not using this flag variable here, so in that case this for loop will execute from 0 to 4 index. Even the elements of this array has already swapped, but this for loop will execute from 0 to 4 index. So in that case, executing time of this algorithm will increase. So that's why we are using a flag variable. So it means that if all the elements of this array has located to its right position, and if they are not swapping anymore, so now this flag variable will remain 0, and after the ending of a iteration, it will check that if the variables have swapped or not. So in the third iteration, none of the elements have swapped, so it means that all the elements has sorted. So that's why it will execute this break statement and our loop will break. And after that, we have a for loop here for int I equal to 0, I less than a dot length and I plus plus. So it is a simple loop and it will print the sorted elements on the output, and in the output we will get 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. So that's why we have to use two loops in this algorithm, one for iteration and one for comparing the elements and swapping them. So we have seen that space complexity of bubble sort is 1. So you can see here that we are only using a single temp variable to swap the values of the array. We are not using another array in this program. So we only using a simple temp variable to swap the elements of this array. So that's why its space complexity is 1, and we are using this flag variable only to break the loop. So it is not counted in the space complexity. So this temp variable is only counted in the space complexity. So that's why space complexity of this algorithm is 1. And I have explained here why we are using here a dot length minus m minus 1. As we are executing the next iterations, so we have to only swap up to less number of indexes. Because at first iteration we have to go from here to here to swap the largest value in the last, and in the next iteration we have to locate the next larger element to its right place, so here 40, and in the next iteration we are only running from here to here, and in the fourth iteration we will only swap these two values. So you can see here that number of iteration depend upon the number of elements in the array. So number of iteration is equal to n minus 1. So if we have 5 elements, so 5 minus 1 is 4. So in that case, in number of iteration will be 4. So this is how we can write a program for bubble sort algorithm in Java. Thank you.